Hello everyone, this is Mystic Goddess with your general reading. So today we're going to see what the person who is thinking about you is too afraid to tell you. This reading is for everyone of every zodiac sign, so feel free to switch the energies around as needed. All right, so let's go ahead and get into these messages. Give me messages, please, Holy Spirit, for everyone that watches this reading. When it comes to the person who is thinking of my viewers, what is that person too afraid to tell my viewers when it comes to love? What is that person too afraid to tell my viewers when it comes to love? Two more shuffles. All right, so let's see what comes out here. All right, so at the bottom of the deck, we have waves. They're an emotional wreck. They're afraid to tell you how they truly feel about you. They also worry a lot, and they operate out of fear. With hopeless being right next to that, they could be suffering from depression. Now, if you're aware that they suffer from depression or anxiety, it could be a lot deeper than you're aware of. For a few of you, they're still affected by a particular loss in their life. Someone they lost that meant a lot to them. At the top of the deck, we have intimacy. So that's another thing that they're afraid of. They're afraid to get too close to anyone. For a few of you, they know that they have not earned your respect, okay? It's also giving energy of them wanting to be in unity with you, but they let their fears and their worries get in the way of that. For some of you, they've also learned a lesson through a karmic. Now, this could be a particular person. It could be a romantic lover, or it could be a family member or a friend. Now, for others of you, the karmic could be a situation, okay? Especially if they have any unhealthy addictions or any bad habits. But they've learned some type of lesson. Also, they're realizing that there are certain people who never wanted to see the two of you together. Wow. So yeah, they also feel like they're getting karma. Yeah, they feel like they're suffering from the consequences of some of their bad decisions. Also, they're admitting that they've played a lot of mind games, or they've sent you some mixed signals. This is going to be very specific. Please don't force it to fit. But for a few of you, if they happen to choose another person over you, it's a karmic, and the other person that they chose was a part of their weird game they were playing, okay? So you may have felt as though they were in love with the other person, or because they were entertaining someone else, that they were not interested in you, but that couldn't be the furthest from the truth. That's also a part of the mixed signals that they've been sending you. Wow, so yeah, they have learned some lessons. Okay, and it's coming out like they learned the hard way. This is also going to be very specific. Please don't force it to fit. For some of you, this person becomes so emotional, so fearful, or there are times when they're so stressed out to the point where, how can I put this lightly? They've thought about not being here. Okay, that could be something that they've thought about. That's just how deep that depression truly goes. They feel like they wouldn't be a loss. They feel like they don't even hold any value. So there are definitely times when their thoughts and their feelings get the best of them. Give me more. What is this person too afraid to tell my viewers? They feel like they're a lost cause. I keep hearing lost cause. All right, we have thrills. So they're admitting that they have some addictions. Now, for some of you, if you're aware that this person is into some type of substance, whether it's drugs or alcohol, it's a lot deeper than you're aware of. They may even be addicted to more than one thing. So for example, if you are aware that they like to drink, well, they may also like to mix drugs along with it. Even if you're aware that there's a particular drug that they have in regards to what they prefer, well, it's more than that. They could actually have tried some type of substance that is a lot harder, or something that would cause you to give them the side eye. Also, they make reckless decisions whenever they're under the influence or whenever they're around certain people. They're admitting that they've made a lot of bad choices. And see, the sad thing is it's a repetitive or a continuous cycle. For some of you, they're just out chasing thrills. They just want to feel good. Even though it's a temporary fix, it still leads them back to feeling hopeless, or it leads back to depression. They could even be depressed about some of the decisions that they made. They kind of think they can't do anything right. It's giving that type of energy. With the distance card being here, if the two of you did separate from each other, or if there has been a disconnect in the connection between the two of you, they're admitting that they use substances in order to cope. For others of you, they're admitting that they made some bad decisions in hopes of deflecting from their feelings. If there has been a disconnect, they may not be telling you how they truly feel about it. They're concealing their feelings. For some of you, they know that there's more to this connection than what meets the eye. Okay. It's coming out like they didn't expect to fall so deeply for you. For some of you, this could have been a friendship or a friends with benefits type of thing, and they ended up falling in love with you. Now, for others, this could be a twin flame connection, or the two of you have a really deep soulmate connection. Regardless, it's just giving energy of this person concealing or hiding how deeply they feel connected to you, okay? But see, regardless, they know that there's more to this connection than what meets the eye, because they've never felt this way about anyone else before. So I do feel like they have deceived you at times, or they may have tried to deceive themselves, especially when it comes to how deeply they truly feel about you. And so there are times when they would become distant, they would ghost you, they would break things off for no reason. It was all a part of them trying to separate themselves from their feelings when it comes to you. So yeah, there's a lot here. There is a lot. At the top of the deck, we have longing. So they're afraid to tell you how much they miss you, or they're afraid to tell you that they want to reunite. Now, if the two of you are connecting with each other currently, there's a conversation that they want to have with you, but they're afraid of bringing it up. So there's something that they want to talk about. Now, also, this is going to be specific as well. Please don't force it to fit. When the two of you first connected with each other, I feel like the conversations that the two of you would share were really deep, or the two of you had a way of connecting that was natural, and it felt like you had met this person before. It's giving kindred spirit type of energy. They're missing the way that the two of you used to converse. You possibly would talk about any and everything, okay? You would possibly stay on the phone for long periods of time. They miss that. They miss it. At the top of the deck, we have feminine energy. So they're longing for your feminine energy, whether you're a male or a female. You have been gentle with this person. You've been nurturing toward them. You poured into them like no other. For some of you, they feel like you poured into them like their mother or father should have. Now that's deep. Something about you that is so gentle. Even when you're putting your foot down, you still did it in a gentle way. Gentle but firm. And see, that's another thing that they're missing. They're missing feminine energy. Whether this person is a male or a female, it doesn't matter. We all need feminine and masculine energy. Okay? We need both. For some of you, they miss a mother figure or some type of mother figure that played a major role in their life. I don't know if that's the person that they lost, but they miss that person deeply. And there could be something about you that reminds them of that particular person, but in a good way. So they're missing the way that you would pour into them. They're missing the way that you could create a way out of no way. Like, for example, let's say that there were some issues in the connection between the two of you and this person would pull away. Even though they feel like they're a lost cause, I feel like you had this way of pulling everything together. So you balance them. You've been this person's rock. Right next to that, we have narcissists. So for some of you, you could have been connecting with someone who is narcissistic or someone who is a complete narcissist. Okay. Now, I do feel like they took advantage of your gentleness. They took advantage of your feminine energy. And even though you were pouring into them, I feel like they were giving you egotistical energy in return. Also, this person is a lot more fragile than you're aware of. This is sad. I keep hearing leech. So this person could have been trying to leech off of your energy. Okay. There could have also been a feminine figure in their life that was a narcissist. Someone who made this person really fragile on an emotional level. I feel like they were kind of knowingly or unknowingly groomed to be a narcissist. That's sad. Very sad. They could have even had a feminine figure in their life at some point who was an opportunist, who was really egotistical. Someone they felt like they had to walk on eggshells around. That message is very specific, so please don't force it to fit. It's like everything that they longed for within a feminine figure in their life when they were growing up, they found it in you. And when they found it, they didn't know what to do with it because they're not used to it. Give me another card. For some of you, the angel number 1414 could be specific. So you may want to research that number. But this is definitely giving like energy vampire type of vibes. I feel like this person would drain you. If any of you would have intimate connections with this person, you may have felt really drained afterward. Also, if you are able to have children, I feel like this person could have tried to intentionally impregnate you, or they could have intentionally tried to have a child with you as an opportunity to keep you there. But that message is specific, so please don't force it to fit. For others of you, I just feel like this person took your nurturing energy for granted, and whenever you would give them another chance, or whenever you would nurture them, or whenever you would be gentle with them, it stroked their ego, when in reality it should have been something that encouraged them to tap into their own feminine energy. Some of you may have even been operating too much out of feminine energy, meaning your feminine energy was dominant. There were times when you should have been very firm and you were a little too gentle. There were times when you should have drawn a line and you were too nurturing toward them, okay? Or way too gentle on them. What is this person too afraid to tell my viewers? I also feel like they've been called a narcissist before. We have stagnant, psychopath, and we have recharge. All right. Another thing they're afraid to tell you is that they're stuck on you. Okay. Their thoughts of you drive them crazy. There are also times when they became unpredictable. They could still be in that energy as of now. I just feel like they can be conniving or abusive and just really unpredictable. For some of you, it's giving Jekyll and Hyde type of energy when it comes to them, or like they had a split personality. And I feel like when some of you initially encountered the psychopathic energy within this person, you may have frozen up, or even though they revealed their true colors, you stayed put. You still tried to make things work with them. And unfortunately, at some point, you may have started to kind of see the relationship as a dead end, something that wasn't really going anywhere, something that you were not really benefiting from. For some of you, this person is admitting that they lose their mind, or there were times when they felt as though they were losing their mind whenever you would let them go, or whenever you would take time to clear your head. It would drive them crazy. Ooh. This is a lot. For some of you, there's something about breathing here. I don't know what it's about. Or their breath. I don't know what this is about. Something about their breath. I don't know if this could mean so many different things. Okay. There's either something about their breath that is unique, the way that they breathe, or maybe even something that they would use to mask their breath or something. I don't know. Also, for some of you, Spirit is encouraging you to look into breathing techniques in order to recharge and in order to let go. There's something about you being able to recharge through the way that you breathe, okay? It could be taking deliberate breaths, maybe being still and taking the time to take a deep breath. And as you release that breath, you imagine releasing anything or anyone you feel no longer serves you. They're saying that deliberate breathing techniques can help you clear your mind and help you to recharge. When it comes to this person, they don't know how to manage their emotions well, okay? They either come off as though they don't have emotions at all, or either they're on 100 in regards to how they process their emotions. There's something off about it. They could have even been abusive on an emotional level, or their emotions were just really unpredictable. Also, I feel like whenever you would freeze up, or let's say that you don't text them quick enough, if you don't respond quick enough, if you don't answer the phone quick enough, I feel like this person would think that you were up to something. It's giving kind of chaotic type of energy. They would have like really crazy thoughts, even if you were not doing anything. And then the crazy thing is, there may have been times that they would explode on you and then come back around like nothing ever happened. And it would possibly leave you a bit confused. With the time card being here, this is someone who either is not the best when it comes to time management, or they procrastinate way too much. For others of you, it's coming out like this person pretends to be really busy when they're not. They could also feel like it's really hard for them to live in the moment. And what I mean by that is they feel like time is just passing them by. Like they haven't accomplished everything that they want to accomplish. It's giving premature type of energy, meaning they either don't feel their age, or they feel like they haven't accomplished enough for their age. Time has been passing this person by, all while they're procrastinating or delaying putting certain things out, putting certain things off. Could be delaying getting certain things done. At the top of the deck, we have laughter. So it's coming out like they feel as though some of their best memories were made with you. There's something about your energy that's very healing. You also have a healing laugh. Your laughter is contagious. It's really healing. It's also really hard for this person to just be happy. For some of you, they miss your voice, okay? Or they miss your laugh. They miss the small little joys that you would bring into their life. Give me more. Pain through laughter. I keep hearing pain through laughter. I don't know if they were laugh through their pain, or for some of you, you could feel like this person took joy in getting a reaction out of you whenever they would ghost you, or they would get joy out of deceiving you in some way. I don't know what that's about. For some of you, they could miss your smile, or they miss certain gestures. There's something about your mannerisms that they miss. They just think you're the cutest. There's something about you that's just so cute. We have family here. And it came out crossing on top of narcissism stagnant. Okay. So there's some type of generational curse here. I feel like this person grew up in a family with narcissists, or narcissism could be something that their family suffers with. Could have a family history of mental health issues. For a few of you, their inner circle, or the people that they are close to, are keeping them stuck and stagnant. It's like there are certain people around them who don't want to see them thrive in life, or they influence this person in ways that would cause them not to meet their full potential. For some of you, they were taught to be an opportunist through certain family members. With the Shattered card being at the bottom of the deck, they feel broken at the moment. They may have even been broken when they met you, but you inspired them. You gave them hope. They could also be suffering from nightmares as of now, or they feel as though their life is a nightmare. They just feel like a failure, or they were made to think they're a failure. But I feel like you inspired this person to meet their full potential. And it's also coming out like when they met you, your energy kind of confused them. And the reason why I say that is because this is someone who may be used to stress, okay? They're used to people making them feel worthless, or they're used to everything around them failing. They could even be used to people speaking failure over their life. So when they met someone like you who came in peace, someone who's optimistic, someone who's inspiring, they were perplexed by that. Okay? For some of you, this person could be stressed out, or they're really tense at the moment because of some type of legal issue, or because of some type of paperwork. I don't know what that's about. They could also be experiencing migraines, or they're just worried about getting in some type of trouble. I don't know if they're doing something illegal, or if their past has come back to bite them in the butt, but I just see them getting into some type of trouble. Now, this could be something as simple as a traffic violation, but for others of you, they may have to go to court. Could be paperwork, some type of paperwork, but they're stressed out and they're worried about it to the point where their head hurts. At the top of the deck, we have isolation. So they feel a bit isolated at the moment, okay? Also, they're afraid to tell you that they're not good with rejection. For some of you, this person may have been abandoned by someone they have close family ties with. But I also feel like a lot of their wounds are self-inflicted, okay? So they're the type who will push you away and then accuse you of leaving them. Or they may say something like, I knew you were going to leave. You left me just like everyone else, like that type of thing. It's really toxic. They may have grown up in a family where they felt alone, or they were made to feel like they were the root of certain issues in the home. Ooh. They could have even grown up around a lot of drama. Okay. They're used to dealing with people that they're incompatible with. People who are two-faced. People who stab them in their back. People who cheat on them. Okay. That's what they're used to. Also, if they did have any type of affair, if they did get involved with anyone else, they know that they're incompatible with that person, and they're living a double life with that person. So they are stabbing that person in the back. There is some cheating going on. I feel like the two of them argue a lot, and there are a lot of dirty little secrets that this person has, or that they're going to find out about. They definitely live a double life. For some of you, they're admitting that they know that they've been disrespectful, okay? Some of you have decided to block this person out. You could have moved on without even saying anything, or you said very little. Now, others of you may have let this person have it at some point, but they just feel like you don't really have anything to say to them. Ooh. For some of you, they want to apologize to you for either blocking you, or they want to apologize to you for being disrespectful. For some of you, I feel like this person would resort to rash actions whenever you would set boundaries, or whenever you would call them out on their disrespect. Okay. They're also admitting that there were times when they were insincere. Even though they knew that they were wrong, they would apologize, or they would say things that they didn't mean. For some of you, whenever you would forgive them, they would possibly tell you that they were going to do better, or that things would change. But in reality, they were insincere about that because they felt like you were trapped. Okay, they felt like they didn't really have to make anything up to you because you were not going to go anywhere anyway. But see, there are some of you who definitely cut ties with this person. You have freed yourself from this connection. You've learned a lot about yourself. And now this person is paranoid because they feel like you have truly gotten over them. They're actually a bit resentful toward themselves because they know that they didn't do all that they could in order to make the relationship work. It's also giving energy of this person feeling a bit discontent. Feeling discontent and just feeling empty. But yeah. For a few of you, this person thinks the two of you will always have something to do with one another. I also feel like there's a lot of audacity here because this person may have made it seem as though they have a lot of different options when in reality they don't. It's just coming out like there were times when they were really arrogant, or there are times when they are really arrogant, when in reality they don't even hardly have any options. You would be surprised how this person gets curbed. Wow. But yeah, those of you who are healing, it's going to be important for you to guard that. Okay. This person is also admitting that they would take rash action whenever they would feel insecure, or whenever they would get paranoid, even if they had no reason to feel that way. This is someone who needs to do some introspection. There are certain things or certain people that they need to cut ties with. I do feel like they realize where they went wrong, but instead of tapping into that and using the knowledge that they're gaining about themselves in order to transform, they become resentful. Okay? Resentful toward others and resentful toward themselves. Whew, my gosh. For some of you, especially those of you who are following your dreams, or for those of you who have made up your mind in regards to this connection, this person may be a little bit bitter, angry, or they act out in petty ways. All because they're going through a lot of upheaval. It's also coming out like they were salty in regards to some of your accomplishments. That's so weird. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they never congratulated you, if they did not encourage you to follow your dreams, if you were met with sarcasm. Like if you accomplished something, they would say or do something petty to cause upheaval or to cause chaos. Some of you could even feel like they rained on your parade, or they ruined your moment. This is so weird. But yo, this is someone who does not need to be dating. There are so many insecurities here, okay? This person is an emotional wreck. And they've been walking on a very thin line for a very long time. They operate out of fear and they operate out of worry. There is some hopelessness surrounding this person. So if you care about them, you may want to send up a prayer, because I do feel like they have some very dark thoughts at times. But see, the way that they live their life, you wouldn't even think they feel that way. Now, some of you are aware of it, but others of you are not. This person has some mental health issues, and they tend to play with fire. They play with fire, and then they wonder why they get burned. This is so sad. They're admitting that they've hidden some things from you, or that they have concealed how they truly feel. If you have been in separation from this person, or if there has been a disconnect, I feel like they're hiding how they truly feel about it. They miss the simple joys that you brought into their life. If you are connecting with this person at the moment, I feel like they downplay the joy that they feel connecting with you. There's something about you that's really healing. Your energy is it's addictive. Okay. And this person feels broken because they don't understand why they can't just be happy. It's so hard for them to be happy. And it seems something that you do effortlessly. They kind of think that they're crazy. Okay. And the audacity is, there may have been times when they called you crazy, but deep down they know that they're crazy. All right. Or they at least feel that they're crazy. I feel like this person grew up around a lot of abuse, or they grew up around someone who was just really unpredictable, someone who would fly off of the handle, or there was someone who made them feel rejected and alone. But they miss your feminine energy. Okay, they miss your gentleness. They miss the way that you would nurture them. They miss the way that you would speak life into them. Some of you are still connecting with this person at the moment, and you're like a breath of fresh air, but I feel like there's so much healing that needs to be done within this person. To the point where you're going to have strong boundaries, and you're going to have to know when to draw the line. Because if not, you could lose yourself. And that is absolutely something that cannot happen. Okay. I do feel like they have been doing some self-reflecting, but it's exhausting to them and it burns them out. Okay. They feel a bit resentful at the moment, resentful toward others, but also resentful toward themselves, because they're just discontent with where they are in life at the moment, and they feel empty, almost like they don't have any type of purpose. So for those of you who have decided to set strong boundaries, that's going to be your protection, regardless of whether this is a twin flame union and your twin is lower vibrational, or this is someone who is a soulmate or was a romantic partner. I don't care if it was just a friends with benefits type of thing. They need to grow. They need to grow, and they really need to get some help mentally. They would benefit being around water. They may need to cleanse. Spiritually cleanse. They are currently suffering the consequences of some type of karmic cycle, or their bad decisions. Okay, there are just some things that are not worth it, and I feel like this person has people around them. They have people around them who enable their bad behavior. They have people around them who are not calling them out on their crap. They have people around them who are keeping them stuck and stagnant, but whenever they need a shoulder to lean on, those people are nowhere to be found. I don't know if they're the black sheep of their family, or if they just feel isolated from their family, if they feel like they're the failure in their family. It'll be different for all of you. But I want you to make sure that you don't prioritize this person over yourself, okay? I want you to also work on balancing your feminine and your masculine energy. Whether you are a male or a female, some of you have been operating way too much out of feminine energy. And that is why this person saw you as an opportunity. They saw you as someone that they could take advantage of, because you have a good heart. And you may have even thought that you could change them. You may have thought that, you know, you can help to make them better. Okay, you may have thought that you could heal this person, but they have to do the work themselves. It's not enough for them to miss you. It's not enough for them to long for you. It's not enough for them to just be in a relationship or in a connection with you. They have to show up and they have to put in the footwork. But as of now, they don't even need to be dating. They need to be alone. They need to be alone. And they also need to understand that they're not a product of their environment. They can change their cards now. You don't have to keep playing the same hand that you were dealt as a child. I say that all the time. I have switched my cards several times. I'm not about to keep the same hand. That's the great thing about being a grown-up. You cannot control what happens as a child. You know, you are put in a certain environment and you more than likely have no control over it. But as an adult, you can change out that hand. Okay? You do not have to continue playing the hand that you were dealt as a child. And this is someone who is stuck in a continuous cycle because they continue to play the same hand and wonder why their life isn't getting anywhere. They play a lot of mind games, but they're completely lost when it comes to the game of life and when it comes to their soul's growth. It's sad. It is sad. But don't lose yourself trying to help them find themselves, because they have to do the work. You have your own mission. Whether it's a twin flame or not, you still have your own mission. You still have your own work to do. One thing about healing, one thing about growing and glowing is that it's something you will do continuously through life. Okay, there is no top of the hill. None of us are perfect, and we can all benefit from growth. And I feel like this person actually admires your growth, but they're also intimidated by it. Or they compare themselves to you, and then they become bitter. They become salty. They become sarcastic or petty. It's so weird. But at this point, they're tired of themselves. I'm telling you, this person is tired of themselves. All right, and so that is the reading, everyone. If you guys resonated with this, or if you liked this reading, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you as a part of the Mystic family. I love each and every one of you guys so much. You take care. Be safe. Until next time, bye.